19% of the adult population experiences bouts with depression and even thoughts of suicide in their lifetime. And that's basically 1 out of every 5th adult that you know. But thanks to organizations like Care and Counseling, there are viable solutions to help you or anyone you know who may be experiencing depression or entertaining thoughts of suicide relieve the psychological pressure and cope with mental pain. Joining us now is Executive Director, Reverend Amy Bertschausen. Did I get it right?
Very good.
Thank you. I'm glad that I did. Welcome.
Thank you.
I'm so glad that you're here because this topic right now is at the forefront of a lot of discussions across the country. And I think that it's been a long time coming, but I'm glad that it's here.
Yes.
Recently we had, Kate Spade, Anthony Bourdain. They committed suicide, and you got this television show out there called 13 Ways, and it's almost as if they've glamorized taking, I wouldn't say the easy way out, because it's not really easy, but making suicide a viable option when it really isn't.
Yeah, there was a time when suicide was so stigmatized that we never said anything about it, and there was so much shame and so much heaviness about it that we just shut it out. We didn't talk about it at all. And so I think sometimes we've gone too far the other way, which is to misrepresent it too. So how do we find that middle space between stigmatizing it like it's a shameful thing you can't talk about, or showing it as a way to solve your problems? And we know that whatever it is that triggers suicide, those are always temporary problems, but suicide is a permanent solution to a temporary problem. So how can we talk about it in a way that doesn't turn folks into folk heroes who take their life or who die by suicide? So how can we find that middle ground?
And that's exactly what your organization does. Tell me a little bit more about your organization. I was excited when I learned that I was going to be sitting down here because there are quite a few people out here, and the one that need the services that you provide. But the one thing I was getting excited is that I understand that you service people that are uninsured, underinsured, as well as those who are insured. And I think that may be a big barrier for many people for not seeking the help that they really need.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. At Care and Counseling, we serve the wide range of folks on the economics scale, from some of the most influential citizens in St. Louis to some of the most vulnerable. So some folks who are able to pay full fee out of pocket, and those who need our sliding fee scale, and everything in between. But we know that depression and anxiety are no respecter of class, status, anything else like that, that we're all vulnerable to depression and anxiety, and we're just glad that we can be a place, and we have been for 50 years. It's our 50th anniversary this year. So a place where folks can come and work through their heartbreaks, their confusion, their desperation, so that they don't have to get in that place where they think suicide's the right option.
And from my understanding, well, clarify for me, do you provide just mental health, or do you also provide spiritual health?
Well, our specialty is helping folks integrate their own spirituality in the clinical work if that's what they'd like to do. So we serve folks across the religious, non-religious, spiritual spectrum.
And do you incorporate meditation, yoga, any of those things in the programs as well?
Well, our therapists certainly know that that's a part of a whole care of mind, body, and spirit. So we have lots of therapists who work on mindfulness and who recommend and suggest yoga and other practices like that. But we don't provide yoga at our place.
Well, I've got more questions to ask, but we've got to take a break real quick. So stay with us at STL Live. We'll have more with Care and Counseling after this break.